Good morning! Have you ever met someone you would describe as having no gratitude? You just walk around thinking they're the best thing in the world. They brag about how all of their achievements are because of their hard work. They talk about how they don't need anyone else because other people will just bring them down. You just want to walk up to them and say, "Come on, man! Even if you work really hard, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere if it wasn't for other people." What about the guy who just thanks people non-stop? Not a day goes by that you don't hear, "I'm so lucky you're one of my friends." You just know they don't really mean it. So we get mad at people who show no gratitude whatsoever. But we also get mad at people who feign gratitude or try to fake it. Genuine gratitude is clearly something that's necessary, even if you're the most selfish person on the planet. There are other reasons why you should be a grateful person, but I hope that I've showed you that everyone should become a truly grateful person. No matter how selfish or how self centered you are, developing gratitude will always be worthwhile. First, let's talk about all of the obstacles towards attaining gratitude. In life, we face a lot of challenges, and often we find ourselves dealing with them alone. This because a lot of problems have lessons that we can only learn if we face them alone. We can only grow and become better if we ourselves are the ones that solve our problems. So it's a little understandable that our pride can sometimes be a little overinflated. But however, when we do this, we forget about all of the people that help us in little ways. We forget about the parent who talked with us, or the friend who cheered us up, or the teacher who softly guided us through the lessons they gave. All of these people, they may not have been the ones who faced our challenges. However, they cheered us up and they gave us strength. Without the strength of other people, we would never be able to accomplish any of our goals. So long as you can avoid this trap, you should be on your way to becoming a more grateful person. Alright, now let's talk about how to actually develop gratitude. There are many ways to do this, but I'm going to teach you what I think is the most effective method. First, think about yourself in the past. It could be from 5 years ago, or it can be as long as since you were a child. Remember what your traits were back then? How much have you changed? How much has stayed the same? Think about one trait, possession, or skill, or anything that you're grateful you have that you desperately wanted back then. It could be high grades or the ability to play the piano. Just something that you really wanted to be able to do back then that you can now. Remember all that you sacrificed to get it, the fears you had to overcome. Now think about everyone that made achieving that goal that much easier. The people who taught you, guided you, helped you, and invited you. The people without whom you might still not have fulfilled your desire. I'll give you an example. I've always been a shy person. So much so that when I was grade 1, I would never approach any of my classmates. I would pretty much never recite. If it was time for declamation or poem recitation, I would whisper every single line. Thankfully, I've come a long way since then, but I didn't get to where I am now alone. I remember my father, how he was always a very outgoing person, and how he always encouraged me to make friends. I remember the friendly classmates and teachers that I was fortunate enough to meet. I remember how my mother kept forcing me to attend singing lessons, even though I said I didn't want to. Man, would that have been a disaster. I probably wouldn't be able to do videos right now if it wasn't for that. I remember the janitor who always greeted me and smiled at me, despite the fact that I was so shy. And I remember the first friend that ever invited me to do something outside of school. All of these people helped me become the friendly and outgoing person I am today, and I'll always be grateful that I met them. They all helped me achieve something that seemed so impossible at the time. Me, just a shy kid, now doing videos on YouTube. The least I could do is return the favor by teaching others as well. Which brings me to why you should develop gratitude. Aside from the obvious social benefit of having gratitude, being grateful also gives you a renewed sense of purpose. You realize that your life isn't just your own, it's also the sum total of everyone whose ever interacted with you, who's ever helped you become the person you are today. It can give you some sincere motivation to achieve all of the goals you want in life, to honor the sacrifices that they made. So, take steps to becoming a more grateful person, and you will make others around you happier, but you also make yourself happier. This is VHC Blade saying, do what you're good at.